Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back to my channel. Ooh, it's dark in here today. Um, Am I gonna change it? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna put lights on. We're just gonna rock with it. If you're new to my channel, my name is Sarah. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm a certified life and business coach, and I help creatives, spiritual practitioners, and heart-centered service providers build the lives and businesses of their dreams. I'm going live every day this month to talk about all things connected to goal setting, change, and creating the outcomes that you want. It's the top of the year, it's January, so goal setting is top of mind for everyone right now. And that's what we're talking about. I'm going to start this by saying, why is it dark in here right now? Why am I going live anyway? Let me tell you, I didn't want to do this today. I'm 6 days into my daily lives, and today I feel sleepy. It's Saturday. I feel cozy. I don't want to. I just want to lay on the couch and watch movies. I all day long just didn't want to. And I'm using many of the techniques that I've been talking about in these lives to keep myself adherent to this goal I set to myself of doing daily lives. And I could not, in good conscience, come on here every day and talk to you about being the kind of person who's able to create and stick to goals and then not show up today and stick to it. And so we're going to get into perfectionism on another day. But one of the reasons that I'm here today is because I told myself it doesn't have to be perfect. I just have to show up and do it. It doesn't have to be long. I just have to show up and do it. I can show up and I can say the thing that I need to say. I can do it concisely. I cannot worry too much about getting a big fancy setup or doing lighting or turning on lights everywhere in my house. It's weird when you go live, you can't test the lighting levels first. You just hit go live and here you are. So, I'm here. We're here and we're doing this, and I am walking my talk. And I just want you to know that this is a low compliance day for me. This is a big, I don't feel like it day for me, and I'm showing up anyway. And sometimes that is success. And that's all that is the best that we can ask for of ourselves. So, let me get into today's topic, which is using multiverse theory to create any type of change that you want. I love this one. And if you've watched any of the previous videos, I've talked a fair amount about changing at the identity level. If you watched the video, I believe it's called Use This to Read, or like How to Set Goals You Actually Stick To. That's what I ended up titling it, How to Set Goals You Actually Stick To. And I showed the neurological levels pyramid, the pyramid of change. And the highest level of the neurological levels of change is identity. Changes that we make at the identity level tend to stick longer, be more long lasting, be more holistic and comprehensive than changes that we try to make just at the behavioral level. And so, an example of this is if you're a smoker and you're quitting smoking, being like, I'm a smoker, that's my identity, but I'm making myself give up cigarettes and I don't want to, sets it up to be really difficult for you to do because it is asking yourself to do a behavior that goes against your self concept. And that's really hard. Changing at the identity level makes things easier. Changing at the multiverse level, maybe it's just the nerd in me, but this just makes it more fun. So, multiverse theory, you can Wikipedia it. If you're a Marvel fan, if you're a comic book movies fan, you already know what I'm talking about. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you already know what I'm talking about when I say multiverse. The idea that there are infinite, multiple universes, and that in all of them, you are different. That if there is a version of you in all these different universes, it is a completely different person, a completely different way of being, completely different habits. It's all still you, but things about that person's life and ways of being are different in different universes on different timelines. And I love this idea. It appeals to my brain. I find it sci-fi and cool. I find it quantum. I find it a little bit, comic booky. And all of those things work for me. I enjoy them all. And enjoying change is part of what helps it stick. So, in multiverse theory, when you think about the change you want to make, you would think there's a version of me in an alternate universe that is already like this. There's a version of me, right? Say your goal is that you're going to start going to the gym. Like, what is the gym rat version of me like in the multiverse where there's a gym rat version of me who's at the gym every day and loves going to the gym and has friends at the gym and like fist bumps the guy at the front desk when they walk in because they're there all the time and like has a favorite weight rack, like keeps weightlifting gloves and pre-workout in their glove compartment in their car, right? Like, what is that version of me like? And to picture it and then take out your journal, my favorite change tool, and just write out, or you can audio record it. You can tell it to a friend. You can make it into a reel. You can do whatever you want to do to just process it out. What is this version of myself like? What are their days like? What are their habits like? How do they dress? How do they carry themselves? What do they eat during a day? Like, as many things as you can think of to get into detail about what this multiverse version of yourself is like. And then to try to tap into being that version of yourself, to just decide that you're going to hop timelines. There are a lot of simple ways to do this. One of my favorites, and sure, maybe it's symbolic, maybe it's magic, call it what you want, is to do it with 2 cups of water. And so you would take your 2 cups of water, and on one, you would put a sticky note, or if it's like a plastic cup that you can write directly on the glass, that you would just write like current timeline. On one. And then on the other, you would take that description of the gym rat version of you, the other multiverse version of you, and you would stick that on the second cup. You would fill the current timeline cup with water and you would hold it and you would say, this is the timeline I'm currently occupying. These are my habits. This is what I'm like. Then you're going to pour that water into the other cup and read that description and say, now this water is in the alternate multiverse version of me where I am like this. Read out the description and then drink the water. Timeline jump accomplished. You have now traveled to a different multiverse, to a different dimension. You are now occupying this new, this alternate version, not even new. It's just an alternate version. It always existed. And I think that's another reason that it's appealing to my brain, because you're not asking yourself to be a way you've never been. You're telling yourself, there is another version of me that has always been this way. And I can simply plug into that energy and ride it out. I don't need to do a big change. I don't need to figure it out. There's another version of me that already knows. There's another version of me that is already resourced in this way. There's another version of me that has already accomplished these things. And I can just tap into that knowing and become that version of myself right now, today, without a ton of effort. And so that little trick is one that I'm using a lot right now. If you've watched these other videos, you may have heard me mention this, that I recently quit caffeine. And it's for a health protocol that I'm doing this year. I have been a lifelong coffee drinker. Literally, I started drinking coffee when I was 6 years old. I love coffee. I am a coffee snob and a coffee connoisseur. My mom, when I was growing up, if we would travel, would bring her own personal size like coffee pot, like a little mini 2-cup coffee pot, and her own coffee from home because she didn't trust other places to have good enough coffee. This is pre-Starbucks, y'all. Your girl is old. And so I grew up in a coffee family. Everyone in my family drinks it. It's a thing. And for me to give up coffee as someone who was like, I am a coffee drinker, I'm a coffee lover, I'm a coffee connoisseur, I'm a coffee snob, all those identities had to change. And I had to think, there's a version of me, there's a multiverse version of me who is not a coffee drinker, who just has never drank coffee, who isn't interested in it, who will always take water over coffee, who just wakes up and has energy and goes. And rather than trying to make myself change my behavior, I got really excited about meeting and becoming the version of me who is a non-coffee drinker and just jumping that timeline, just jumping into that different version of myself. And that made it so much more fun, so much more interesting. It brought so much curiosity. What is that version of myself like? What are her days like? What are her habits like? I'm so interested in getting to know this person. And I think that made something that might otherwise feel like deprivation feel like a fun and exciting exploration. So that's my tip about change for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure you leave a comment and let me know. And while you're there, make sure you also subscribe to this channel. So many people who watch my videos don't subscribe. And when you subscribe, it really helps me out. Also, while you're there, I am putting a link to a free gift for you in the show notes. It is an end of year review and beginning of year planning journal. So it'll guide you through reviewing all of 2023 in your business and then guide you through setting intentions for 2024 in your business. It's absolutely free. You can grab it in the show notes. That's it for me today. Okay, love you. Bye.